What's going on, guys? Steve-O here. Shout out to the boys in Pennsylvania. I have gotten myself into a little predicament here. As you can see, we got PJ, the Postal Jeep, getting ready to do something. What that is, I don't know. How that I don't know. Anyways, watch me struggle and hopefully get something accomplished today. I know it's been a long time, but I'm hoping to get this channel up and running. So let's get into it. And the camera quality is not gonna be good. The volume of the microphone, whatever, audio. This isn't what I do. I do that stuff. I make poor life decisions and I pull things apart that didn't need to be pulled apart in the first place to make them ridiculously reliable and cool, but also not reliable. I don't know. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just to show how bad I am at doing this whole recording while I'm working thing, I forgot I was going to make a video about this. I already started working on it. See it there. So basically where I'm at right now is I'm in the process of removing the Jeep drivetrain. At the moment, the motor mounts are unbolted, the trans mounts undone, drive shaft's out of it, shift linkage is disconnected, you know, all the supporting stuff for the engine like fuel line, transmission lines, coolant hoses, front rad support, everything, that's all out of it. Now I just need to kind of get every little tiny thing out, or I'm just going to start yanking on it and see what's still hooked up and just cut it, because not really going to need it anymore, because this is what's going into it. This is the straight 6 from the E46, which has seen better days. I was going to try and fix the body panels on it, but it's just too far gone. So I don't know if you can really see through the window, but that's it out there with the fenders cut out of it, or rear quarters cut out of it. So instead I decided to take the drivetrain out and I'm going to try and make it fit into here. My biggest issue is the steering. Oop, shit. Yeah, look at that. That's good. The steering shaft is obviously on the right side because it's right-hand drive. The exhaust manifold for the straight 6 will be coming out of the right side, so where the Jeep engine's originally coming out of the left. So I'm a little concerned about exhausts and how I'm going to make one fit. I might just take the cats out of it, which I think I was going to do anyways, and sell those because they're worth some money, put some headers on it, and I might just have to do some kind of weird fender dump then back underneath the Jeep out the back. Then I can kind of just bring that drivetrain in, mock it up, figure out how I'm going to mount it. Then the fun part, once I actually get it mounted, need to figure out how to make that engine even run in this thing. So I have all the engine related harness stuff, ECU, that kind of thing, out of the E46. Wow, the sun is really not helping me, sorry. Out of the E46, so as far as the engine management goes, I have that stuff. If you know anything about BMWs, they don't like to communicate with, without the rest of the car. So like the body control module, the immobilizer, which is, I believe, part of the body control module, that kind of thing. And if the cluster isn't hooked up, it freaks out. So the other thing is I'm going to have to take I believe the ignition system out of the E46, the TAC, center console, all that's got to come out, and I got to figure out somehow to make it fit and mount into the Jeep without looking stupid. But I'm gonna kind of get a rough idea going, kind of get it put in there, and then once it's in there and somewhat wired up, I don't care how ugly or bad it looks, at least it'll be running. Because we're out of the shop soon, so I want to get this thing at least somewhat put together with the engine and transmission in it, and then worry about that other stuff later. I can always wire it in the parking lot if I have to. The other thing is I need a custom drive shaft built. Reached out to a couple places and they're hoping they can do it. The issue is the tail shaft of the ZF 5-speed from the Beamer is one of those triangular 3-bolt flanges that's meant to have a rubber guibo. And then the drive shaft also has that triangular mount, where the Jeep drive shaft is obviously the tail shaft just slides right into the back of the transmission and then it goes back and bolts up to the diff. The mounting for the diff is different on the E46. It's different on the Postal Jeep. So I need to see if there's a way I can kind of combine the factory drive shaft from the Jeep and the input side of the drive shaft on the Beamer drive shaft. So it's going to be a hodgepodge. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be very difficult, I'm sure. It was probably a bad idea to just jump into it and try it, but here we are. So I'm going to get cranking here. I'm going to try to remember to film some of this stuff, and I'll keep you updated. Inline 4, 2.5 liter. Got the old single barrel Carter carburetor on it, which this thing has been a tank. Don't really have any particular reason why it should be pulled aside from it just has no power. It's a dog. It is deadbeat reliable. I've ran this thing until the valves floated on a handful of times, the dyno pulls, that kind of thing. That was not great for it. Anyways, this thing's been beaten. It's got an unknown amount of miles. It's probably in the 300,000 mile range, not even exaggerating, since it was a postal vehicle. So it's tired. I had some issues with cylinder 2 not long ago where it dropped compression to almost 20 pounds of compression, where it needed to be around like 150 with all the other ones. Ended up dumping some ATF fluid straight down cylinder 2 with the plug out. Put it back in, ran it, and I was able to do that a couple times, and it bumped it back up to 150 with all the other 4 cylinders, or the other 3 cylinders. So it's showing its age. It's still really in good shape considering how old it is and how many miles are probably on it and how abused it was. The 3-speed auto underneath, don't mind the crust. Same thing. Thing shifts perfectly fine. The bands needed to be adjusted, which I never got around to. So if it was just sitting there idling in park and I went to go switch it to reverse or drive, it would clunk. Not every time, but majority of the time. And then once it started driving, it would shift through the gears like it was nothing. There was no shuddering, there was no slipping, there was nothing. So it's been a great drivetrain, so I can't complain. But kind of wanted to do something really cool, something somebody else hasn't really done before, something to test myself and my experience, and kind of just go for it. I don't really have much of a plan. So again, I'll get in there and keep you posted. Right. We're not even close to pulling it, I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna just try and pull it. And then just, you know, whatever's still hanging on. So, I'm gonna get this thing, get this puppy ready to go. Maybe, maybe not. Hello? All right, that's cool. My phone started ringing in the middle of that last clip, so we'll start again. Try to just get the damn pins in this thing. What is going on? Oh. There's stuff. That's probably why. There's like a whole forest in there. I got one. Usually it's not this difficult. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm camera shy. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, where did I put the pin? Oh. Right here. Alright. See if this one goes in and easier. Oh, dude. Like a glove. Like it was supposed to go there. Anyways. Let's see what we can get going here. Again, I don't think I'm ready to pull this thing yet. At all. Like, there's gonna be transmission lines probably still hooked up that I forgot about. I cut the exhaust. There's probably going to be, well, I got the fuel line, so that's good, I guess. I don't know. There's gonna be something. Again, I didn't put much effort in trying to get everything unbolted, so before you get the snippy snips out. And stay. Okay. So I'm gonna get this thing wheeled over and hook it up somewhere. I'll probably just use some zip ties or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna use zip ties, obviously. Get this thing hooked up. I'll start bringing it out and just kind of go from there. Cut as I need to. I'll keep you posted. Yes, my phone is duct taped to the wall. I learned that from Derek at Vice Grip Garage. So, sorry. If my audio is really bad, again, this is all on my phone. I don't have a mic on me. I don't have any of that crap yet. I might not ever. I don't know. We'll see where this channel goes. I'll probably get 4 people that watch this video. But I appreciate those 4 people very much. So, let's get crack-a-lackin'. I'm probably going to do some type of a time-lapse speed run thingamabobber until it's time to start lifting. And you can see me struggle in faster speed, which might be enjoyable. So, cue the music. Here we go. I don't know if you guys just saw that. The whole Jeep moved. And it's because the axle is hitting the engine hoist. Great. So, I guess I'll have to lift it up somehow. Probably just put it on rhino ramps, maybe? I just don't want it to be too high. We'll do something, we'll figure it out. That time lapse isn't going to be as long as I thought it was going to be, because now all you're going to be seeing is my butt as I'm jacking this thing up. So I'll put that in slow-mo. Crunch, 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 crunch. No, I'm kidding. It's good. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just leave the jack under it. And I'll just bring it down a little bit more. Just until it clears this, because I don't want it to be too tall on the rhino ramps or on jack stands. It's not like I'm going to be underneath it yet. Maybe. Foreshadowing. Maybe. We'll see if this works. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Media blaster's down. I hear something leaking underneath, so that's good. Probably the transmission because I have the drive shaft out. Oh. Looking good. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. I'm gonna see what's leaking. Actually, I'm gonna bring you guys to because it doesn't sound good. Let's see. Oh! I missed the pan. That is transmission fluid. Great. Grand. Yep, there we go. That solves this. There's nothing here. We're good now. Can start pulling. By the way, studded snow tires was a awesome investment. So if you've never had them and you have a ship box like this, that made all the world of difference. Sure. Okay, let's see what we're gonna hook up to this thing. Do we want to use the seatbelt? Do we want to use sketchy straps? Yeah, we do actually. That's probably what we're gonna do. Lift. Something like that. That looks like it's already been ripped before, so that's good. We'll definitely use that end. Sure. That's not sketchy at all. Actually, no, wait, let's go to the intake. And Jurassic Park theme song. That's not going to be long enough, I don't think. Nope. Pause. Be right back. So I'm back at my apartment now. I recorded a bunch of other stuff and I just went to go and start editing this video and realized that none of it transferred over and I can't seem to find it anywhere. So I didn't really get much further on the Jeep. I kind of had a time frame and I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but like I was saying, I'm going to take that cross member out next time, and I think it's going to pop right out of there. So next video, we're going to get that thing out of there and hopefully start mocking up the straight six in there. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Definitely do all the things YouTubers say, like subscribe, share, something about a bell. I don't know. Do those things. I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. See ya.